Oh, hello, and welcome to Rumbo al inglés. I'm Alberto Alonso, and I am here, as usual, with the incredible, spellbinding, amazing, terrific, fantastic, funny, fresh, and inspiring Rachel of the River. Raquel del Rio, welcome.
Hi, Alberto. How are you?
How are you, Raquel?
I'm very good, thank you.
Okay, good. Are you happy to be back after our crazy class? I know that was a crazy class, but that's the idea. How did you feel?
I am very happy. I feel good.
How did you feel during the crazy class? Was it a little bit crazy, a little confusing?
It was a little bit crazy.
Right. Well, that's the idea. Remember, I said, and I'll repeat it 1,000,000 times. It's very good to repeat it once. It's excellent to repeat it 5 times, and it's indispensable to repeat it as much as possible. That's the way you know your language, by repeating it. It starts to sound correct, right? And that's how you know. So, how do you say detestable? You remember?
Obnoxious.
Okay, almost. Obnoxious. Give it to me.
Obnoxious.
One more time.
Obnoxious.
One more time.
Obnoxious.
Keep going. I'll give you some music.
Obnoxious. Obnoxious.
There we go, okay? That's it. Just make it a song. Make it a song. It can be fun. Learning can be fun, I promise you. All right. Did you miss us? I know you miss us from time to time, and we are back today. Do you think they missed us, Raquel?
I think they did.
They did. I have a feeling you missed Raquel more than you missed me.
No, Alberto, they missed you too.
Well, they probably missed both of us. Did we miss them?
Yes.
Yeah, we missed you. You know, when we don't have you here watching us, we get depressed. We love you. We love that you watch us. We love that you follow our program. Why? Because we have fun when you have fun. That's the idea, right? And learning is fun, especially with us, right? Okay, very good. All right, Raquel, I have a quick question for you, and I have a question for you too. How long does this program last?
How long?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
Because I didn't watch it.
Okay, let's say 26 minutes. So tell me,
Okay.
dura. This is durar, right? How long does this program last?
It lasts.
Okay, I put you into a trap. Did you say it lasts? Because that doesn't work. Why? It is third person. I got you with the S again.
Okay.
Did you put in your S? Now let me give you a little trick. I'm going to give you a little trick that natives use without even wanting to. It's a subconscious trick. When we use this third person, it lasts. It's very difficult to go from the T to the S. So you know what we do? The T becomes more silent, and we say, it lasts. You see what happened? I've went over the T very quickly. It lasts. Because more important in the third person is your favorite, the S. Okay, so let me ask you again. Raquel, how long does this class last?
It lasts 25 or 26 minutes.
Yes, it lasts. It lasts 25. Anytime you have a verb that ends in T, in the third person, the T becomes more silent, and you emphasize the S. Okay, it's a little trick, okay? Raquel, ask me how long our last class lasted.
How long our last...
What happened to your auxiliary verb?
How long it was in the past.
In the past.
How long did our last class...
Hour, like hora, like una hora. How long? So the question, how long did our last class last? Ask me.
How long did our last class last?
Okay, how long did our last class last? What do you want to know, Raquel?
I want to know how long it lasted for.
Okay, how long our last class lasted, right? It's a regular verb. Last, lasted, lasted, okay? Our last class lasted 26 minutes. Ask me if I know how long our next class will last.
Do you know how long our next class will last?
Yes, I think it will last the same, 20 minutes. Now, I'm telling you a lot about last, but this isn't the use today. I just wanted to introduce it with that question, durar. The verb durar is not during. It's not duration, it's to last. But that's not the lesson for today. That's just the introduction. Okay, Raquel, I'm going to give you a simple phrase in Spanish. I want you to give it to me in English. I want you to do the same, okay? Get ready to translate. Here we go. La última vez que fui a Vigo fue hace 3 años.
Last time I went to Vigo was 3 years ago.
Okay, the last time I went to Vigo was 3 years ago. Now, if you said this, you're correct. But guess what? I'm going to do you a favor today. Yes, only today. It's a special one-time offer. I'm not going to do this favor all the time. I'm going to do it for you today. I'm going to make the English easier for you. Can I get a thank you for this?
Thank you, Alberto.
Okay. I'm going to make your job easier today, okay? We can say, I last went to Vigo 3 years ago. Now, what we're doing is we're taking out the last time I went. It's not necessary. I last, so subject, last, verb, the time period. I last went to Vigo 3 years ago. Now, we'll show you a table which shows you how this works. Now, when we have an auxiliary verb, right, to be, to do, these, when we have an auxiliary verb, we always put last after the verb. It goes after the verb. So, for example, I was last in Vigo 3 years ago. Okay, I was last in Vigo 3 years ago. You see, we have an auxiliary verb, so last goes after the verb. Now, what happens when we don't have an auxiliary verb, Raquel? Tell me.
It goes first.
Yeah, it goes before. So, I last went. You see, no auxiliary verb. The verb is to go. I last went. I was last. You see what happened? The auxiliary verb to be, last goes after. Okay? Take a look at the table. Memorize this. Okay, now, I'm going to ask you about the question before we get started, because we're going to get started asking and playing. You know how we do it. Okay? How does it work in the question? Let's see if you know. Do you know? If not, I'm going to give you a table in a second. But, Raquel, how does it work in the question?
In the question, when did you last, and the verb.
Yeah. When did you last go? So it works as the same as the auxiliary verb. It's auxiliary, subject, last, right? Did you last? Did you last, right? And why? Because all questions have auxiliary verbs. Okay, all right, so let's take a look. Now, it's really nice to talk about the grammar. I know how much you love the grammar, and I know how much you love the grammar. But you know what the best way to learn a language is? To put it into practice, to use it, right? Are you ready? Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. I'm going to give you it with the last time. And I want you to give it to me with the short, new and improved version. Okay, the easier way. We're making it easier. Oh, I can't believe I do so many favors for you people. Okay, here we go. Here we go. The last time I went to Cadiz was 2 years ago.
I last went to Cadiz 2 years ago.
Okay, ask me if I've ever been to Cadiz.
Have you ever been to Cadiz?
No, I haven't. Okay, no, I haven't. Okay, ask me when I last went to New York.
When did you last go to New York?
When did you last go to New York? Okay, I last went to New York a year ago, yeah? Okay, ready? Very good. Here's another one. The last time I saw you was when we were at the university together.
When did you last saw me? When did you last see me?
When did you last? This is another. Okay, Raquel, I'm going to explain it. It's very similar to Raquel's S problem. And I want to see if you make this mistake too. When we use an auxiliary verb, for example, do, okay, in a question or a negative in English, we don't touch the other verb. The other verb stays the same. The auxiliary is the verb that conjugates. The auxiliary is the verb that changes. Write it down. Important information. If you don't have it, write it down, Raquel, because I know that's one of your favorites. I'm going to give you another chance, okay? Try it again. Do you remember the last time I saw you was when we were at the university together?
When did you last see me?
Yes, when did you last see me? See, before you said, when did you
you.
last saw? But that would be conjugating the verb. So when did you last see me? Now give me the affirmative.
I last saw you when we were at university together.
Yes, I last saw you when we were at university together. Good. You're getting the hang of it. Do you remember this expression?
I do.
Okay, to get the hang of it, pillar el ritmo, pillar el hilo, right? To catch what's happening. Okay, all right, here we go. The last time we did this was when we were children.
When did you last do it?
Yeah, when did you last do it? Okay, give me the affirmative.
I last did it when we were kids.
Yeah, I last did it when we were kids. Okay, good, good. Okay, the last time I had this much fun was at my stag party.
I last had this much fun when I was at my hen party.
My hen party. Good, good. Okay, because why don't you want to explain to them the difference between a stag party and a hen party?
Okay,
Can you explain?
stag parties for men
Okay.
only, and the party for the women is the hen party.
Okay, good. And when do we have these parties? When are these?
Before you're going to get married.
Before you're going to get married. You have the hen party for women, the stag party for men. Now this is in the UK. Do you know how we say it in the United States? It's a little bit different. No? Okay, it's pretty easy. The male party is the bachelor party. The bachelor party, okay? And the female?
Single party.
No. It is the bachelorette party.
Okay.
Okay, this is the party you have before you get married. Okay, this is the final hurrah, they say, the final hurrah. Okay, all right, very good. So, give it to me in the question, okay? ¿Cuándo fue la última vez que lo pasaste también?
When did you last have this much fun?
Yes, when did you last have this much fun? I last had this much fun in our last class. Okay, all right, here we go. Here's another one, okay? The last time she was nominated for a Goya was in 1996.
She was last nominated for a Goya in 1966, did you say?
1996, that's fine. That's all right, that's all right. She was last nominated for a Goya in 1996. Ask me.
When was she last nominated for a Goya?
Yes, when was she last nominated for a Goya? Okay, here we go. Are you ready for this one? Okay. The last time you ate snails was when you were on holiday in the French Alps.
Okay. When did you last eat snails?
Okay, when did you last eat snails? Very good, okay. Ask me.
When did you last eat snails?
I don't eat snails. I don't like snails. Do you like snails?
No, I don't.
You don't like them?
No.
Yeah, they're kind of strange. What is a snail? Why don't you tell the people at home what a snail is, just in case they don't know?
Caracoles.
Yes, caracoles, okay. Do you eat snails? Do you like them? Oh, my father loves them. He loves them. I don't know. I can't get over the idea of snails, okay. I love the jamón serrano, though. I'll tell you that. Well, jabugo is even better. That I can live on that. Raquel, if you had one food that you could eat for the rest of your life, every day, you had to choose one food, what would it be?
Canelones.
Canelones. The Italian in you. Okay, all right, good. What would the only food you would eat for the rest of your life be? If you were on a deserted island and you could only eat one kind of food, what would it be? Think about that. I think mine would be jamón. Jamón, and if you had a liquid, what liquid would it be?
Liquid.
Yeah.
Apple juice.
Apple juice. Zumo de manzana, apple juice. Okay. You know what mine would be? Let's see if you can guess, if you know me well enough.
Beer.
You got it. Okay, it was beer. Beer or wine, it depends. It depends, but that would be my favorite. Well, if I had the jamón serrano, I think the wine would go better. A nice Ribera or something like this would go really well with it. Okay? All right, let's try this one. Okay? The last time he fired someone was a few months ago.
He last fired somebody was a few months ago.
Okay? He last fired somebody a few months ago. You have an extra was in the sentence. Give it to me one more time.
He last fired somebody a few months ago.
He last fired somebody a few months ago. Okay, ask me.
When did he last fire somebody?
Yeah, when did he last fire somebody? Okay, very good. Okay, here we go. The last time you were this nice to me was when I lent you some money. And you never paid me back.
Did I?
You didn't. Okay.
You were last.
Okay,
You were
because
last.
To be, then it goes after, right?
You were last this nice to me when you lent me some money.
Okay.
When I borrowed some money from you.
What is the difference, Raquel? Let's explain that. Let's stop for a second. To lend and to borrow. What is the difference here? What is the difference?
Lend is when you give somebody money, and borrowed is when you take the money from somebody.
Right. And always remember, the same as give to, take from, well, we do the same. We lend to, we borrow from. Okay? All right, very good. Okay, here we go. Now, did I lend you money? I don't remember. I think I lent you €1,000,000 last week.
I don't think you lent me any money.
I think so. I think I lent you €1,000,000 and we said a 10% interest, so...
You were dreaming.
Oh, maybe I was dreaming. I tried. I should have given you a lower figure. Maybe you... Oh, I lent you €50 last week. No, I didn't.
Really? No.
Okay. All right, very good. Let's take a look at this, okay? The last time I cried was when Chanquete died. Now wait, before we go on, who is Chanquete? I don't know who that is. Maybe because I wasn't born in Spain. Who is Chanquete?
Chanquete. Well, when we were teenagers, there was a very famous series on the television
Right.
in summer. And it was about 5 kids, girls and boys, who went to Malaga on holidays with their family.
Okay.
And in Malaga, there was an old man living on the beach on a boat.
All right.
And they made very good friends with each other.
Okay.
But at the end of the series,
The end of the series,
Chanquete died.
he died. Oh, okay.
It was a really sad day.
Was it a sad day for you when Chanquete died? I don't know who he was, but I'm sure I was depressed. Okay, now, so tell me this. The last time I cried was when Chanquete died.
I last cried when Chanquete died.
Okay, now I'm going to give you a chance to get 5 points here because I haven't been giving you any points. What is the phrasal verb for die? To fallecer. What is the phrasal verb?
Passed away.
To pass away, yes. It's a more polite way to say die, right? So when he passed away, fallecer, when he passed away. Okay, good. Here goes another one. The last time they raised my salary was about 2 years ago.
They last raised my salary 2 years ago.
Okay, ask me.
When did they last raise your salary?
When did they last raise your salary? When did they last raise your salary? Maybe it's time you ask for a raise. Okay, how about this one, okay? The last time I was given a rise was 3 months ago.
I was last given a rise 3 months ago.
Okay, now let me explain too. In the United Kingdom, they say to give a rise, R-I-S-E. You know how we say it in the United States?
Salary raise.
A raise. So the difference is, in the United States, we use an A, R-A-I-S-E, to get a raise. In England, to get a rise. Okay? All right? It's better. I always, a lot of my students say, Alberto, should I speak British English, American English? I said, you'll never speak either one. I said, your idea is to understand as much as possible. If you can say it both ways, better for you. If you can understand it both ways, better for you. Don't you agree?
I do.
Okay. Yeah, I always teach my students this. When I'm in class, I have a lot of English friends. So if I know both versions, which in many cases I do, I always teach it to them. It's a justice for them so they can learn both ways, right? Okay, very good. Here's another one. The last time England won the World Cup was in 1966.
England last... Hang on.
Okay, don't get nervous.
England last won the World Cup was 2 years ago.
Okay, you added an extra
Yeah,
was
I know.
again. Why do you like these extra was? Okay, give it to me one more time.
England last won the World Cup 2 years ago.
2 years ago. What football were you watching? In
I don't watch
1966. Yeah, okay. Ask me when Spain last won the World Cup.
When did Spain last win the World Cup?
They haven't won a World Cup yet. But keep your fingers crossed. I'm telling you, the next World Cup is ours. The next one, we're going to win it. I believe it. I believe in the Spanish selección, the Spanish national team. Do you believe? You don't like football, though. You don't like football.
But I can believe in it.
That's, you know what? That's a positive attitude. That's. I'm going to give you 5 points just for supporting your team. That's it. Okay, very good. All right. Now, we can do the same thing with first. We said, I last went. Well, guess what? We can say, I first went. La primera vez que fui. Right? Instead of the first time I went. And it applies the same rules with the auxiliary and without the auxiliary verb. Okay, let's take a look. Okay. The first time Alonso won Formula One championship, he was 24 years old.
Alonso first won the Formula One 2 years ago.
Okay, 2 years ago is fine. Okay, he last won it 2 years ago. So you see what's happening? It's the same structure. We're just putting in first and taking out last. Okay, let's try another one. The first time man went into space was 46 years ago.
Men first went to the space.
To space without the.
To
right?
the men first went to
Space.
space in 1944.
Okay, I think it was 69, but that's okay. This is not a history class, but I think it was 1969. I'm pretty sure. Okay, one more time. Okay. Well, actually, the first time man went to the moon was 69. I don't know about space. Maybe it was 40. You could be right. Okay, so one more time. The first time man went into space was 46 years ago.
Oh, 46 years ago. Men first went to space 46 years ago.
Okay, man first went to space 46 years ago. Ask me.
When did men first go to the space?
To space.
To
Without
space.
the. When did man first go to space? And the first man first went to space. Talk about confusing. The first man first went to space. Yeah, it works. It works. It's like our last class lasted. A lot of last, but it works. It's correct. Okay, so when did you last go to the opera?
I last went to the opera 2 years ago, I think.
2 years ago. Okay, very good, Raquel. You got the idea. You got the main meaning of this first and last. Now, one more thing I wanted to ask you. How do you say te lo estás buscando?
You're looking for it.
You're looking for it, even more common. You're asking for it. Lo estás pidiendo. You're asking for it. But we also say you're asking for trouble. You're asking for trouble and you're asking for it is te lo estás buscando, okay? So let's take a look at this. If I say, no me gusta gritar, pero ella lleva toda la tarde buscándosela.
I don't really like shouting, but she's been asking for it all afternoon.
Right, she's been asking for it all afternoon, okay? What about this one? Te lo estás buscando si no estudias el inglés.
You are asking for it if you don't study English.
Right, so you're asking for it, or you're asking for trouble is te lo estás buscando, okay? Let's try a little more with this, okay? We first went to Paris on our honeymoon. Okay, this is going back now to the other one.
Do you want me to ask you a question?
Yeah.
When did you first go to Paris?
When did you first go to Paris? Okay, I went to Paris about a year ago, and I was asking for trouble because I didn't know any French. Okay, I was asking for trouble, okay? What about this? ¿Crees que me estaría buscando problemas si le dijera a ella lo que pienso?
Do you think I would be asking for trouble if I told her what I really think?
Yes, very good, okay? Te lo estás buscando si vas a aquel barrio.
You're asking for trouble if you go to that neighborhood.
Yes, you're asking for trouble if you go to that neighborhood, okay? What about this one? El hombre detenido en la manifestación se lo estaba buscando.
The arrested man in the demonstration was asking for it.
Was asking for it, okay? The arrested man at the demonstration, okay? Or the protest was asking for it. Do you know anyone who's asking for it, Raquel?
No.
You don't know anyone who's asking for it? I don't know. I know a few people who are asking for it, yeah. They test their limits, right? They're always testing their limits. You know people like this. There are always people who are seeing how much they can get away with, right? All right, well, Raquel, I hope you're not asking for trouble, and I hope I hope you study as much as possible because you're asking for trouble if you don't. Okay, remember that. Remember, to ask for trouble, te lo estás buscando, or to ask for it. Okay, Raquel, guess what time it is?
It's time to finish.
Yeah, it's time to wrap up. I know. Don't cry. Don't get depressed because we're going to be back next week, I promise. Okay, but what I want you to do, you have a job to do between then and now, okay? You have to study as much as possible, okay? Because it's not magically going to get into your head. And if you don't study, you're asking for trouble. You're asking for trouble, okay? Because you'll waste a lot of time if you don't study. That's the number one rule, okay? There's no secret trick. There's no miracle pill. Just study. Thank you very much, everyone. I'm Alberto Alonso. This is Raquel del Rio. Okay, say goodbye to everyone, Raquel.
Goodbye, everyone.
All right, very good. Thanks for joining us on Rumbo al Inglés. We'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.